Hello there. I am going to try and give a detailed comparison of the AWP in all versions of Counter-Strike, and what changes I think should be made to the Global Offensive current iteration. I think a lot of people noticed in the CSGO tournament in Copenhagen that the AWP was extremely powerful. Entire teams were buying it at various times in the tournament. Forrest, for example, from SK Gaming, was just mowing down Team ESC in the finals. It turned what is typically a T-sided map in Dust 2 into a even C T-sided. Most of us in beta have known it's been overpowered for quite a while now. I got in beta back, and I went to PAX and got a key, so I've been in beta since back in November, and the AWP hasn't changed at all. What you see now is what it's been for the last, 6 months. I think there are essentially three main reasons why it's currently overpowered. The first is that the only penalty that's currently in place is the crosshair blur. There's no penalty for rate of fire. So let's take a look at the rate of fire in all three games. I'll start off with 1.6. As you can see, it takes an almost full 2 seconds to fire again after you've quick switched. It changes, though, if you don't quick switch, which is different from the other two games. Now let's look at source. Much higher, as you can see. And next we'll take a look at both side by side. Very noticeable. And now let's look at CSGO. It's might even be a little faster than Source. If not, it's very close. Now, the main reason why people quick switch to either their pistol or knife is in order to strafe out of the way faster, so you're harder to hit. But 1.6 is unique in this respect because it gives you the choice of firing faster or moving out of the way faster. You can't do both. This is because the delay is only applied if you switch your weapons. If you don't switch to your pistol, the rate of fire of the op stays the same. But the delay in Source is not only shorter, as you saw from that video, but it's also static. It doesn't matter if you quick switch or not because the rate of fire is going to stay the same. So let's take a quick look at 1.6 to demonstrate this. First, I'm going to start by quick switching. Now let's try not quick switching. As you see, you move much slower out of the way, but you do get more bullets off. This is one of the reasons why I think the 1.6 op is just so much more balanced than either the Source or Go version. So hopefully they'll add something equivalent to this in a future update and let us test it out. The second main reason I think the op is currently overpowered is a lack of freedom of movement. Now, I know Jimmy Wisenhunt has made a bunch of videos about this already, mostly focusing on bunny hopping, and he actually got Valve to implement it, at least in a very rudimentary form right now. So I'm going to ignore the bunny hopping aspect for a moment and just assume it's going to be in a usable form when the game launches. Instead, I am going to focus on the crouch hop, because it can be very useful for peeking an opper. So let's jump into 1.6 and show you exactly what I mean. Now, a typical op spot is behind the box and banana, right here. Now, in CSGO and in CS Source, all you can do is a regular strafe in and try to pick them off. But in 1.6, you can do any number of different kind of hops to try and peek it. There's just like a regular hop. There's the crouch hop. Now you don't have to do anything special in order to do this. You don't have to bind crouch to 2 different keys or anything. It's just using your regular crouch, which in my case is shift, tapping it, and then when it hits its peak you tap it again. And that gives you that up and down motion. It's very easy if you practice. Now let's take a look at it from the opera's perspective. Now in Source or Go, if all they can do is strafe, you know exactly where they might be if they peek that corner. Within the first couple meters, you'll be able to pick them off if you're any good. But if they have the option of crouch hopping, it's going to make that shot harder because there's any number of positions they can end up in. It just gives the peeker an extra split second to pick you off. And they might not even crouch hop, they might just do a regular strafe. But just the knowledge that they might do it changes the way you approach the shot. There's all these different spots you have to think where they might end up now. And it might not just be one guy. The first guy could crouch hop, and the second guy strafes out and peeks you and picks you off. It's just things like this just add a whole nother layer to the game, and I hope Valve adds it in a future patch. I've also heard people say that the reason this wasn't in Counter-Strike Source was because of the Source engine, which isn't true at all. It is in CS Pro Mod, which does use the Source engine, which I will demonstrate very quickly. As you can see, it's not because of the engine. It's purely a design decision whether you want it in the game or not. And I think there are very good reasons why we want it in CSGO. And lastly, I think it's because of the larger character models in Go that it just feels so much easier to get a kill with the op. In 1.6, the character models are 5 feet tall, and in Counter-Strike Source and CSGO, they are 6 feet tall, which I think gives them a larger overall hitbox for the chest area, which is the main part you're aiming for with the op. Although I really don't think Valve is going to change this, because I tweeted CSGO dev a while back and asked them if we maybe could test having the models only be 5 feet tall, and they said no, because they would have to basically redo the entire maps and props and a whole bunch of other things in order to make that work. So I don't know what the answer is, to be honest. Maybe make the maps a little larger or something, because I know having the models be 6 feet tall with the same, basically the same map as 1.6 just makes it feel weird. This is very noticeable on maps like DE Inferno, where it feels so cramped in Go for some reason. I don't know. Personally, I think making the model smaller would be worth it in the end, but we'll have to wait and see. So let's recap. Number 1, they need to add some kind of delay mechanic, preferably one that's similar to 1.6, so we have the option of firing faster or moving faster. Number 2, they need to add crouch hopping into the game, so it gives the peeker another set of skills in order to avoid being offed immediately. 3, they need to reduce the character model size, or at least find a way to reduce the chest hitbox size in some way, so opping isn't nearly as easy. And also something needs to be done about maps like Inferno, where, as I said before, it just feels so cramped, like it's the hallways aren't wide enough or something. It makes op shots that much easier. There are also a couple of other things I would like to talk about. The first is quick scopes. We keep hearing from Valve that they want to raise the skill ceiling, something that they felt they should have done in CS Source. Here's a perfect example where something was removed going from 1.6 to Source that just adds a whole nother skill set. Now, I think if they added quick scopes in right now with the op the way it currently is, it would just be, adding fuel to the fire. Why give something to a gun that's already overpowered? But I think if they made some of the modifications I suggested, you could add it back into the game and it would have very little impact on game balance. It would just give very skilled players another thing they can do. I went into some 1.6 deathmatch servers to try and demonstrate what I'm talking about. Try to get a collection of some shots that would not be possible in either Source or Go. There was one, for example. That would be another one. Notice these are not no scopes now, these are quick scopes. Not every shot, obviously, but a collection of some. There's another one. And another. There, that was kind of a nice shot, actually. Here's a couple of shots. None of these are quick scopes, I don't think. Just wanted to show you one quick thing. I think I get a wall shot right around here. Yeah, right there. See, this would be a whole nother video, but I just wanted to show how wall shots can be such a great part of the game. Not just spamming random spots, but seeing someone go behind a wall like I did there, and knowing where to shoot. But anyways, thanks for watching. Leave me some feedback. Let me know if I messed anything up or got something wrong, or if you have better examples that I could have given. But I'll see you guys later.